LeBron James is a cultural icon, already a billionaire. I believe the first active billionaire in the history of sports. But guess what? He's going to be even a better businessman. And I mean, he has a good team around him. One of the brothers in particular, Maverick Carter, who's responsible for some of LeBron's recent wealth. Now, let's talk about this because LeBron has a show called The Shop. And booked on The Shop was Mr. Kanye West. Okay. Now, let's before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about some of the other things going on. Kanye West obviously came out with the White Lives Matter shirt. That was offensive towards the black community because of the police brutality. Even Kanye West talked about it in 2008. President George Bush doesn't like black people. And people like Dr. Umar Johnson weighed in on Kanye West, and I'll play a small clip of that there.
What do you think about this Kanye West and his White Lives Matter?
It was a disgrace. It was a disgrace. I know he did it for attention, but I take issue with Kanye using such an emotionally charged, political, and sensitive issue and serious issue as police genocide to try to get some more attention for himself. I thought that was wrong. I thought it was thirsty. And I thought that was conduct unbecoming of a black man. And then to unite with Candace Owens into it just made the insult all the more worse because we know what type of coon she is. Mm-hmm. But it's backfiring on Kanye. A lot of people are burning his sneakers. You have people who are saying they're not buying no more of his sneakers, no more of his music. I think he's going to regret having done that because that was not the campaign that you should have targeted to try to exploit for some attention. He chose the wrong campaign. Something else, he might have got away with it. But you're talking about the murder, the senseless, unjustified murder of innocent black people.
Now, Willie D, who in his own right has some controversial comments about Kanye West's mother, who is deceased. I won't get into that right now. He noticed that after Kanye made these anti-Semitic remarks, he instantly started apologizing to the Jewish community because he had his Instagram locked and Twitter locked. But here's who he didn't apologize to. I'll play Willie D's clip here and come back.
He knew that black people was going to be offended by him wearing that White Lives Matter shirt, but he didn't try to get in front of the 8-ball and say anything to clean that up. He didn't say, I'm wearing this shirt, but I love my people. I'm just showing love to everybody. He ain't try to say nothing like, he didn't even try, even though we know he would be lying, he didn't even try to clean it up. That shows the lack of respect that he had for black people.
Now, let's go back to the show with The Shop, where Kanye West said some more egregious things, as they would say, and dangerous stereotypes towards the Jewish community. This has made LeBron and Maverick Carter pull that episode down. Now, obviously, I believe Kanye made these remarks like right before he apologized or after. But now, what's happening here? Let me tell you what I see happening here. See, Kanye West believes he's a billionaire, and he is very power hungry. He likes to tell people what to do. From people who have worked with Kanye, they say that he's very hard to deal with. They're miserable. Sometimes he doesn't pay. All of this stuff. And so what happens is you can get a bloated ego all you want until you meet the machine. And the machine is those people who have the power to stop you. There are a few people in America that can do it. One is gays. Second is the Jewish community. But see, why isn't the black community ever getting any respect? And I want to talk about that because LeBron canceled it. I mean, if he would have talked about the black community in a disparaging way, maybe LeBron would have canceled it. Maybe he would not have. But the issue is this. Those people who own the industry will be able to call the shots. Okay? They own sports teams. They own Hollywood. People own parts of certain sectors. I mean, you're even seeing it with the Asian community. You're seeing it with the Muslim community. And see, we wonder why the black community doesn't get as much respect as they should. But then we're not talking about ownership. See, the one thing that I like about the Jewish community is this. Despite having, a lot of differing opinions in different sectors of Judaism, they will work together. They will work together to achieve things. They will teach their kids the things to achieve things. Right? And that's why, as the black community, with over 50 million people in America, groups who are coming in smaller than us can dominate. Because again, we don't have that same respect. And again, when Kanye West goes out there and ranting about the black community and White Lives Matter, you can do that with the group that is not as powerful. You cannot do that with groups who are powerful. Because even the other blacks are going to say, hey, you can't talk about them. In fact, I believe you're seeing a lot of people coming out with the anti-Semitic, in support of the Jewish community when Kanye disrespected them faster than what you're seeing maybe some of them saying about the black community. Because you know why? And this is smart. Jewish community makes sure if you talk about them, there is a price to pay. You're not going to get away with insulting the Jewish community. You're not going to be able to get away saying anything negative about them. Even if you feel that, you have a point of disagreement or certain things they've done in certain industries, stuff like that, you won't even be able to say that because even your fortune is tied to it. And to talk about Instagram, Facebook, it's owned by Mark Zuckerberg, who is definitely Jewish. Do you understand what I'm saying? And if you think you're going to go to LeBron and be able to do that, LeBron is owned by, listen, everybody in America that's rich are billionaire. It means nothing. You still have rules. Okay. Now, maybe if you're a billionaire and you're in Qatar or Dubai, and even they wouldn't do that, it might be different. But you got to also learn how to shut up. If a lot of people get beside themselves when they get rich. You see it with some of the YouTubers. Some of you guys didn't like what I was talking about Sneeko. I'm like, look, bro, I don't care how many people you think or how many subscribers you think you got. There's rules to life. You can't just say anything you want to say. And with Kanye West, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. LeBron don't have the kind of power to help you because LeBron, and we're going to be real, is getting paid. A lot of opportunities opening up for him. There's nobody in entertainment that's not working with somebody from the Jewish community or employed by them, or you're not going to get around it. All right. It's too much money and there's too many opportunities that can close. Look at Nick Cannon. Okay. And if you have a problem with that, then understand, where's your ownership? Where's your innovation in the industry? Black people, especially some of the brothers who have, a lot of these comments, stick to innovating. Okay. We got to get away from complaining about certain people and other stuff. And I get it. Even with women sometimes. Get to creating and get to doing things that elevate your people so that if somebody talks about your group, they're going to pay the price. They don't just get a slap on the wrist. But you can't do that without any power. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.